There's a quiet truth few people talk about after 60. The body loses strength not because it forgets how to build muscle, but because the fuel it receives is no longer the right kind. Many seniors assume eggs are the gold standard of protein, yet science shows there are hidden foods, often overlooked, that can do even more to restore vitality, balance, and independence. Imagine an 88-year-old man who once struggled to rise from a chair, now walking daily in the park, stronger, lighter, smiling. His secret wasn't more hours at the gym, it wasn't medication. It was a simple shift in the proteins on his plate. And that's the message I want to share with you today. Because your muscles are not gone, they are simply waiting for the right key to awaken. If this message speaks to something you've been quietly living with, I invite you to stay with me until the end. Please subscribe, leave a like if this resonates, and share it with someone dear, a brother, a friend from church, a neighbor, or someone from your walking group. And in the comments, tell us your age and where you're watching from, so you'll see you are not alone. Most people believe muscle loss after 60 is simply age taking its toll, but the truth is more subtle. Your body never stops knowing how to build and repair muscle, it only struggles to keep the rhythm when the signals become weak. With each passing decade, hormones like testosterone and growth hormone decline, circulation slows, and the gut loses some of its efficiency in absorbing nutrients. That combination creates what scientists call anabolic resistance. The body becomes less responsive to the protein you eat. It's not your fault. It's not because you are lazy or weak. It's biology shifting gears. Think of your muscles as a symphony waiting for the right conductor. Eggs may play a role, but they don't provide all the signals needed to turn that music back on. Hidden inflammation, often silent, keeps the body in repair mode instead of growth. The gut, when lacking diversity, stops producing key compounds that make protein more effective. And the bloodstream, when narrowed by years of subtle stiffness, delivers less oxygen and fewer nutrients where they are needed most. These changes are invisible day by day, yet they explain why simple tasks feel harder, why recovery takes longer, and why muscle feels like it's slipping away. But here's the good news. Once you understand this hidden diagnosis, you realize it isn't permanent decline. The body is still listening. It only needs the right signals from the foods you choose. Sometimes it's not the big choices that quietly steal your strength. It's the little daily habits that go unnoticed for years. Many seniors eat dinner late at night, believing a full stomach will help them sleep. But instead, it forces the body into digestion when it should be resting and repairing muscle. Others spend long evenings in front of bright screens, a glow that confuses the brain, lowering melatonin and growth hormone, both of which are essential for recovery. These habits seem harmless, but over time, they create a silent background of stress that blocks the very signals your muscles are waiting for. Dehydration is another hidden thief. Past 60, the body's natural sense of thirst weakens, so many people simply forget to drink enough water. Muscles are 70% water, and without proper hydration, protein cannot move efficiently through the bloodstream or be absorbed into tissue. The result is fatigue, cramps, and a sense that no matter how much you eat, your body doesn't respond the way it once did. Even emotional stress plays its role. Worry about family, finances, or health releases cortisol, the hormone that breaks down muscle for quick energy. Day after day, this leaves the body weaker, even if your diet looks perfect on paper. Add to this the common habit of skipping breakfast or relying on processed snacks, foods stripped of the amino acids and minerals your muscles desperately need, and you have the perfect storm for muscle decline. But the most important truth is this: none of these mistakes are permanent. They are not failures of character. but simple routines shaped by habit and circumstance. And that means they can be changed. By adjusting the rhythm of meals, giving your body water before it even asks, limiting the glow of screens at night, and finding small moments of calm, you create space for your muscles to respond again. These changes are quiet, but their effect is powerful. They transform the body from a state of slow loss into one of renewal, preparing the ground for the natural solutions that still hold the power to rebuild strength no matter your age. Modern life often makes us forget that the simplest practices, the ones passed quietly from generation to generation, hold the deepest power for healing. For centuries, elders around the world relied not on complex diets or expensive powders, but on natural rhythms and foods that worked in harmony with the body. Science today is only beginning to confirm what tradition always knew, that small, forgotten habits can restore balance where age has caused disruption. Take the ritual of drinking a warm infusion before bed. Not coffee, not heavy milk, but calming herbal teas. Chamomile, lemon balm, or valerian don't just relax the mind. They lower nighttime cortisol and create a gentle rise in growth hormone, allowing muscles to rebuild while you sleep. This quiet practice, so simple and overlooked, sets the stage for strength to return. Breathing is another forgotten key. Deep, slow breathing done for even 5 minutes before sleep lowers blood pressure, calms the nervous system, and increases oxygen flow to muscle fibers. In a world filled with noise, silence and breath become medicine. Seniors in Eastern traditions have always paired these practices with food. Light, nourishing dinners rich in proteins that digest easily, like lentils, fish, or cottage cheese, giving the body fuel without burden. Even the timing of meals matters. In Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, the body is seen as moving through natural cycles, and eating with the sun, earlier in the day, leaves the night free for renewal. Modern studies confirm that earlier dinners improve insulin sensitivity and muscle protein synthesis, while late-night eating slows both. None of these are miracles, yet their impact feels miraculous because they reconnect the body to the rhythm it has always known. They don't fight against aging, they move with it, guiding your energy back into alignment. The beauty of these forgotten solutions is their accessibility. A cup of tea, a quiet breath, a lighter meal. Tools so simple they are often ignored, but powerful enough to shift the course of how you age. By remembering them, you're not just nourishing your body, you're reclaiming the wisdom that time tried to hide. There was a man in his late 70s who once believed his strongest days were long behind him. Each morning, rising from bed felt heavier, his legs stiffer, and his arms weaker. And even the short walk to the kitchen seemed like proof that time had finally won. He used to love gardening, tending to tomatoes and herbs, but slowly he abandoned it, telling himself that aging simply meant surrender. His children noticed the decline, but he brushed off their concern with a smile, even as a quiet fear grew inside him. What if he soon needed help for everything? One evening, while sitting alone, he remembered how his father would always end the day with a warm tea, how his mother insisted on lighter dinners, and how breath and stillness were considered part of health, not luxuries. For the first time, he wondered if he could return to these forgotten rhythms instead of chasing new pills or quick fixes.
He began small, adding lentils to his meals, replacing heavy late dinners with cottage cheese and fruit, sipping chamomile tea before sleep. At first, he doubted it could matter, but within weeks, the stiffness in his joints eased. He woke with more energy, his steps less hesitant. Encouraged, he started breathing exercises before bed, 5 minutes of calm that made his sleep deeper than it had been in years. Soon, he returned to the garden, digging, bending, carrying. Movements that once drained him now felt natural again. His children were astonished to see him kneeling in the soil, his face glowing with quiet pride. It wasn't a miracle or sudden transformation. It was the steady return of strength as his body responded to small, consistent care. He realized that age had not stolen his vitality, disconnection had. By reclaiming natural practices, he had given himself back not just movement, but independence, dignity, and the joy of living fully in the years he still had. Growing older often makes us believe that decline is inevitable, that weakness is written into the passing years. But the truth is gentler and far more hopeful. The body is not broken. It is not failing. It is only asking for the right rhythm again. Nourishment that repairs instead of depletes. Rest that restores instead of drains. Movements that remind the muscles they are still alive. What seems like loss is often just silence, the body waiting patiently for us to listen. When you see that a simple change in food, in breath, in the way you prepare for sleep can awaken strength, you begin to understand that aging does not close the door. It only invites a slower, wiser pace. The proteins and practices we've shared are not exotic or unreachable. They are everyday choices that whisper to your muscles, your bones, and your heart. You still belong to life, and life still belongs to you. Every step regained, every night of deeper rest, every moment of energy returned is proof that it is never too late. The years ahead can carry vitality, confidence, and joy, not as echoes of the past, but as living gifts in the present. The body remembers how to heal when we give it the chance. If this message touched something deep in you, a memory of strength you thought was gone, or a quiet hope that maybe it could return, thank you for staying with me until the end. It means more than you know. The truth is that your body still remembers. It remembers how to repair, how to rebuild, and how to stay strong when given the right care. The years you carry are not a burden, but a record of endurance, and that endurance can still fuel your future. If you found value here, I'd be truly honored if you would take a moment to subscribe to this channel. Each subscription tells us to keep bringing these conversations rooted in care and in science to those who need them most. Please also leave a like if this resonated with your journey. It helps this message reach others who may be quietly searching for the same answers. And share this video with someone close to you, perhaps a brother, a longtime friend, a neighbor, or someone from your church or walking group, because sometimes the smallest act of sharing gives someone else the gift of hope. And finally, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Tell us where you're watching from and your age. You'll see you are not alone in this journey. And let us know, which of these proteins will you try first? What changes have helped you feel stronger with time? What topics would you like us to explore next? Your story matters here. This is not just a channel, it is a community, and your voice helps build it.